What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay coming at y'all with this reaction video. And why did my thing move right here? Hold on, y'all. Let me adjust this. Pop. Coming at y'all with this spicy reaction video. And we listening to that boy Joe Knows. Quick little 9-minute video just to be active with y'all with the 2K side, what we got going on. So we about to see 10 mistakes to avoid when creating your MyPLAYER on 2K26. So let's see what mistakes we all is about to avoid, bro. Drop y'all gamer tags down below. I need spot up locks and guards, cause I'm gonna be a big man and a guard this year. So I need spot up locks and guard. I'm gonna need everything, bro. If whatever build y'all making, just drop y'all gamer tag down below, bro, and we gonna chop it up. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's just check it out.
Creating builds is expensive, and optimizing builds to their fullest can be time-consuming and challenging. So I'm here to give you 10 mistakes to avoid when creating your build.
This is exactly what I was telling you about. Hold on, look.
Optimizing builds to their fullest can be time-consuming and challenging.
Bro, so look. See how some of them driving dunk, if you leave it at 25, add all this up. What is it like? So this is gonna be, you'll get like a 60 or something. Like, just take notes on this, bro. Your vertical, your interior defense goes up hella, your block goes up hella, like.
So I'm here to give you 10 mistakes to avoid when creating your build on 2K26. Drop a
That
like on the video.
That beat go crazy.
And let's get right into it. The first one regards the new Badge Max +1 and +2 system. So understanding this is very important. I'm
move out the way for y'all young boys.
You're gonna get a Badge Max +1 in the Tier 1 and Tier 2 slot.
Okay.
You're also gonna get a Badge Max
wait, what did it say?
+2 in the Tier 1, Tier 2 slot. And then you're gonna get an extra Badge Max.
Hold on.
Max
Let's lock in
the Tier 1 and Tier 2 slot.
Okay.
You're also going to get a Badge Max +2 in the Tier 1, Tier 2 slot.
Okay.
And then you're going to get an extra Badge Max +1 and Badge Max +2 through the build specialization. Utilizing these Badge Maxes is going to be very important in terms of maximizing your build's potential. And there's some mistakes you could make. For example, if you're a build with a 99 rebound and you pick the rebounding build specialization, those extra +1 and +2 Badge Max slots can only be applied to rebounding. Since you already have a 99 rebound, your rebounding badges are on legend. You're not going to be able to put those Badge Max +1 and 2s on anything. So it's very important you pick a build specialization
on finishing or
that's
something
going to allow you to not only use those specialized cap breakers, but those specialized Badge Max +1 and 2 slots. It's also very important that you pay attention to badge tiers. Depending on the height of your build, certain badges are going to fluctuate between Tier 1 and Tier 2. This could be the difference between using your Badge Max perks on very valuable badges all across the board, or having to waste it on a less valuable badge because you weren't paying attention to which badges were in the Tier 1 and Tier 2 slots. Pay attention to your badge layout and all these new Badge Max slots to make sure you're able to utilize them on more valuable badges. Next up, with pure green windows returning to 2K26, it's going to be more important than ever to find the biggest green window jump shot bases for your specific build. And NBA 2K Labs has you covered. They have a bunch of free tools on their website, but what you're really looking for is under the premium difference between you hating your build and
you slick, my boy. That's tough.
Sure you have the attribute requirements necessary to unlock the animations you want should be very high on your priority list. Missing an animation threshold by a few attribute points is one of the most frustrating things you could do with a new build. For the if your guys to about sure that you're not missing any attribute requirements needed for the animations that you want, but if you're going to make the most optimized build possible for yourself, you're going to want to have the most optimized animations.
So this is good. This is good. I like this.
Next up are cat breakers. And I know some people are saying, I already know about cat breakers. I use them in 2K25. They are slightly different this year.
Way different.
Let's break this down quickly so that you don't make a mistake when it comes to your cat breakers. First reminder I want to give you, your player has to have the ability to unlock the attribute that you're going to apply the cat breakers to. For example, if your build caps out at a 96 3-pointer, you cannot apply cat breakers to then push it to a 99. So when you're selecting your height, weight, and wingspan, make sure you have the capability to unlock the attributes that you want to apply your cat breakers to. For example, you could have a 94 3-pointer with the potential to get to 99, add 5 cat breakers, and now you have that 99 3 that you were looking for. Now, a new feature with cap breakers is you can now apply them to lower rated attributes and get bigger returns on one cap breaker, sometimes reaching a double-digit attribute boost. Or you can apply it to a highly rated attribute for your +1 per cap breaker boost. When creating your builds, you're going to want to plan ahead about what you intend to do with your cap breakers, unless you just plan on creating a whole new build once you unlock the cap breakers. But like we said, builds are expensive. Sometimes you want to plan in advance that, hey, by the time I unlock my cap breakers, I already know where I'm going to use them. And lastly, when it comes to cap breakers, remember, you're going to have to unlock these cap breakers. You are not starting with cap breakers on your build.
Gonna be a grind.
Specialization cap breakers that have to be applied to a specific attribute category, you're going to have to unlock them through the build specialization quests. High risk versus low risk builds. I've talked about this on my channel for years. If you're someone that's planning on making a couple builds at the start of the year, let's say you plan on making a guard and a center build, make the lower risk build first, which is the center. It's a much harder task to mess up a center build than it is a guard build. You can make your center build, start playing the game, and see how it is. Let everybody else make mistakes with their guard builds.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Thank you, dude. That's exactly what we're doing around here, bro.
There's more that goes into them. You have to make sure you're getting specific dribble moves, specific layup packages, jump shot bases, dunk packages.
That's why
that goes into it as opposed
that's
to.
why I'm gonna make my shooting big. I already made my mind. I wasn't gonna tell nobody, but I'm making my shooting big. Cause I'm gonna let all them 6'8", 6'7", 6'6" mess up on their builds. And once them pro builds start coming out, that's when I'm gonna come in. So I don't waste money.
You're really just making sure you got the attributes and the badges that you want. Sure, there's some dunk packages and jump shot bases you want to get, but they're at much lower attribute thresholds, and you're pretty much going to have access to all of them as a big man. So make the low risk build first. Let everybody else make mistakes with the higher risk builds. Take in that information, make the tweaks that you need, and then make your higher risk build a few days later. Next is make sure you actually understand what each attribute contributes to when it comes to gameplay. I can't tell you how many times people have come to me and it's clear they don't actually understand what each attribute means. For example, putting up your mid-range also is your post-fade rating. Putting up your agility will not affect how quick you are with the ball in your hands. Agility is only for off-ball movement and defense. Putting up your close shot will also raise your post hook rating. Make sure you understand what the attributes actually mean so that when you're putting up attributes for your build, you're actually creating the build you want to play on and optimizing it to its fullest potential. We've touched on this one a little bit when it came to the cap breakers, but pay attention to your physicals. Height, weight, and wingspan affect the attribute limits of your build. Make sure the physicals you select allow you to get the attributes and badges that you want to unlock to optimize your build. Also this year, pay attention. The maximum wingspan now is 6 inches above whatever height you choose. Also pay attention that some of the attribute caps have changed based on height and wingspan. Taller players and players with longer wingspans now have access to higher three-point ratings. That's just one example. Make sure you're paying attention to your physicals and what it allows you to unlock on your build. Create a build to fit the game modes that you like to play. If you like to play on the 1v1 court, you're not going to need pass accuracy on your build. But if you're somebody who
twos and threes,
pass ac might be more of a necessity. Same thing that goes with free throw. If you're only a park player, you're not going to need free throw on your build. But if you're somebody that likes to dabble in the rec or 5v5 pro-am, you might want to raise that free throw rating. Create a build specific to the game modes that you want to play that will allow you to optimize it to its fullest potential. Also create a build that fits the teammates you like to play with. And I know some of you are saying, Joe, I play random rec or random theater. I don't know who I'm going to be playing with. You still know the types of people that enter those courts a lot of the times. If you're a center that likes to play 5v5 comp pro-am, maybe making an inside center might be a viable option because you're playing with a bunch of guys that want to 3-hunt and dance around screens, and you being able to just crash the boards and get all the dunks in the paint is of value. But if you're a random rec player, you know a lot of people in there are trying to cut back door and slash to the basket and dunk and layup and do all that stuff. You're going to want to be able to shoot on your center so that you can bring the other center away.
Caitlin Clark stopping LeBron James is funny.
Be able to knock it down. Create a build to not only fit the game.
Or was that Clark? I don't know who was Clark. Which one of them?
Teammates or the
they might have both
that you're going to be hooping with. Pay attention to takeover when creating.
Yes, that's going to be viable. That's going to be very, very, very good.
Select whatever 3 attributes you
I'm going to need a shooting takeover. I ain't gonna lie.
2 or 1 attributes, you'll receive an even bigger boost to those attributes.
I might get that one right there.
Pay attention to the takeover abilities, what they do, and more importantly, finally, what attribute thresholds you need to reach to unlock those abilities. Let's say you're planning on making a custom takeover to not only boost your shooting attributes, but you want one of the shooting takeover abilities like Deep Bomber. If you don't meet the attribute requirements to unlock the Deep Bomber ability, you're not going to be able to use that in your custom takeover. Make sure you're paying attention to the takeover thresholds and meet the attribute requirements to unlock them. And probably the most important tip I can give you when it comes to making a build: create a build that you want to play on. You specifically. I don't care what YouTuber or TikTok, or if your mom told you to make a certain build.
Facts.
Make a build that you want to play on. I can't tell you how many times I made a build and somebody told me that build's trash because this, that, and the third, and then I'm out there dropping 50 points per game. Make a build that fits the way you want to play, fits your play style, and you'll find a way to be successful on it. Sure, listen to build videos and take information from them, but at the end of the day, you got to create a build that you actually want to play on and a build that fits how you want to play. I appreciate y'all watching. If y'all want more help when it comes to NBA 2K,
appreciate you, my boy Joe Knows, for the so spicy and so fresh and so clean tips. So without further ado, y'all, we got 5 days. Friday, the game comes out. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be live streaming. We're going to be dropping videos. We're going to be doing everything, bro. So like, comment, subscribe. And I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.